All right. Okay. We're here taking a look at some of the storms here in Kansas and Oklahoma. Really, these are quite concerning just because they're moving into a very prime spot here in northern Oklahoma. Once it gets over here, kind of closer to that um, Kansas border, I'm afraid that those will start to peak off. But right now, our biggest concerns are here. This is a very concerning cell over here by Lewis, north of Lewis. If we take a look at velocity here, this is a pretty powerful storm here. We've got good velocity couplets here. Let's take a look to see if it's not a very big debris ball, but this one is pretty much your classic signature for a strong supercell thunderstorm, capable of producing a very large tornado. It looks pretty powerful, so we need to be keeping an eye on this one. And then we've also got some that are crossing over into the Nebraska line here that are tornado warned as well. Let's take a look at velocity on these. Definitely not as impressive as that one down in central Kansas. Let's take a look at this one up here. Now this one's a lot more concerning. Okay. We actually got
Harry and he died
out here.
Yep.
Let's see. He is getting held on like crazy. These are ones we want to be sure that are getting completely... You guys are taking shelter in this area. This is moving off to the north, barely to the east, so any of these areas up ahead, anywhere near Wallace, Highway 23, Highway 25, this is going to be trucking along, crossing I-20 or crossing Highway 25 here shortly. The main rotation is down here. So this area, and it's going to be jetting off this way. Let's take a look here at what else we got going on. We do have one down here in Texas as well. And it is moving almost due east. Let's see here. Just here near Gordon, moving off to the east. So if you're in Colville, any of these areas, a lot of suburbs out here just north of Gordon here. Make sure you guys are taking shelter. To the north side of I-20, so make sure we're taking shelter. Let's go ahead and take a look at this on correlation and see. Not seeing a very big debris signature on this one, but definitely be taking shelter there north of Gordon, any of this area of this hatched polygon here. So Santo, it's going to be coming your way. New Salem, make sure you guys are taking shelter. This is a considerable, with 2.5-inch tennis ball sized hail. That will do drastic damage to cars. Let's take a look and see where that, there's a hail core right here on the back side. There could be hell anywhere within this. Make sure you guys are taking shelter. Let's go up here to Garfield. So this is an observed tornado. This is the one that's in Kansas that I'm really concerned with. Probably one of the more concerning ones on the map right now. Take a look. Yeah, so if you're in Garfield, you need to be taking shelter right now. It's moving up I-56. We need to be taking shelter because this is an observed tornado on the ground, so make sure you're taking shelter. This is going to be heading that direction, kind of towards Learn. If you guys are near, let's see what's up here in Garfield. So it's going to be entering the opposite side of the elementary school and the fire department. But this is going to be coming through town. So yes, so the south side of town over here, make sure you guys are taking shelter. All within Garfield, take shelter. This is a serious situation. It's right over, velocity showing right over I-56 right now, and heading off to the northeast. That's very concerning. Let me take a look here. Let's take a look up here going into Nebraska. This one to me just doesn't, I mean, right here we have like an inflow notch right here. I would assume there's going to be some velocities right in that area. Let's get that up on there. Switch this to velocity. I mean, we do have rotation, but it's not as concerning. It's just so far away from the radar side as well. Now this one up here, let's go. This is a very very dangerous situation right here. We need to make sure that anyone, if you know anyone in this north of Hayes Center, where this velocity couplet is, this is a considerable tornado that is moving off to the north. It's going to be crossing the Highway 25. Like we said, make sure you guys are taking shelter right now. This is a serious situation. It is not. It's not a false alarm. This is definitely a tornado, and it looks. This has to be on the ground with the velocity signatures as tight as this is. This is a very, very bad thing right here. We do have some storm chasers on it. Let's see what they've got on their radar. Oh, it's a rain wrap. So this is a serious situation. You're not going to see this thing coming. We have Connor Croft showing here as a storm chaser, and I mean, it's just rain wrapped. You can't see anything. He's coming in, which typically the area that these people are coming in from wouldn't be, but it's tucked up into this into the supercell, so you're not going to see it. It's going to be rain wrapped. This is a very dangerous situation. These guys are getting really close, but this is not something to be. Oh my gosh! Let's go ahead and pop this out. Keep him. That's Connor Croft. Let's go ahead and see what he's right behind him. Storm Chaser Media is right behind him. Okay. So this is moving off pretty much to the north. Let's see if I can get a location and get kind of where this thing is exactly located. You guys are in the area, make sure you're taking shelter. So right now it looks like it's out by some fields, so that is good. If it's moving due north, the first place it's going to come into contact with is there are some farms and ranches along here with some buildings. There's a few trailers and things I see on some of these farms out here. As it moves north, trying to see if there's anything. The good thing is with this one, it's mostly out in a very rural area, so that is really good. So this one is not as concerning to me as the other one. Let's go look at that one in Kansas. Now this is a considerable tornado right here. As we see, we'll keep them up on screen real quick and just kind of take a look down here at the other, because it's crossing the highway right now on that new scan that just came through. Connor Croft, which is his top one, he's pretty much just stopped. I don't think I can get this any bigger right now. Let's see. Oh, there we go.
I just want another velocity scan. I can't get one. Oh, Freddy.
Yeah, it's north. It's north. New scan just came in.
Just north of them right now.
It's barely north.
This tornado is right in front of them. This is a very dangerous situation. Do not.
To the left, so it's right directly in front of us. So I mean, we can just keep going until we drive into it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna creep here.
That is extremely dangerous right there.
So big I see the edge of it in front of us.
The rain wrap tornado, which is one of the most dangerous that you're going to run into. You can't see it. You don't know where it's at. A lot of people don't even realize that there is a tornado because it's just completely wrapped in rain. Everything around it, you can't see exactly where that tornado is actually crossing. It should have just crossed the highway. Looks like there's some damage here on the side of the road.
Right in front of us.
That was a very tight velocity signature, very large, so they're probably going to come across some damage here very shortly as they move here to the north. This is definitely not something you want to find yourself in on the road. These guys are trained professionals. They do this all the time. Okay. I'm going to leave them here. Let's see if they come across any damage here. So zoom out. Look at this velocity. So this is winds moving towards and away from, and as they get tighter, this is a very tight signature, very close. So this is a very dangerous situation. As you can see, it's already crossed the highway, so I think they're pretty safe. And they're not even right on top of it. They're kind of back. They haven't even made the corner yet to where it's crossed. It's actually crossed after they make this corner up here to their north and come down. It crossed midway between these 2 points on Highway 25. So we have some cars. Let's pull this up real quick. This is very interesting. So let me get out of this and. So this tornado is just up to their north, off to the right. This is a lot of the probably RFD underneath the tornado coming through, hitting them. So this is a very strong storm. This tornado is just off to their northeast probably by now. So this is them coming north on the highway. As you can see here, this is where they're at, and this velocity is up here. So they're just off to the north of them right now. Once they come around this bend, hopefully we can see a little bit of damage, because that is a significant velocity couplet there, especially with the RFD winds they're experiencing there on the south side of it. I would assume there's going to be some power lines and some things messed up on the road, so let's see which one of these guys have a better. I actually think the other camera is a lot better. I think Connor Croft's camera.
Take this, Freddy.
Ooh, they're gonna get on some back roads. No way to like filter how loud this is.
Alright, this might not be a good idea.
Ooh, some structure up here.
Yeah, I immediately saw the button sling up and I was like, no.
I want to see where he's going. So he's getting on the back road here. Yeah, he's actually getting on a road that's a dead end unless he takes Farm Road 745. But some of these are going to be
right in front of us.
Unable to actually track the storm as they're going off on some of these back roads.
Stay up with this. I'm gonna stop for a second, see if there's any roads anywhere.
Hagon, we'll go take a look at this Garfield tornado. Yes, that was let's take a look at this one. So this is where the tornado would be forming on this storm here in Garfield. It's just off to the east of Garfield, moving. Earlier it was within the polygon, so it might be taking more of an eastward track, which is kind of concerning because that makes the tornado outside this tornado-warned zone. Let's take a look here as it's moving. So I would be more concerned about the tornado being within this zone here. Usually it's off of this hook. take a look at the velocities. Make sure I'm on the right radar. This is an observed tornado, so it was on the ground. It is moving off to the north. Let's see here. It's kind of disorganized on velocity. Besides right here, this is where the tornado would be. Right here on H Road, between H Road and I Road, and then we've got 120th Avenue that's running north. So just south, southwest of Learned is where the tornado is going to be. It's going to be tracking off to the northeast. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find anything that it's going to come into contact with. So this storm, it's going to be moving over Highway 19 here very shortly. So this is moving in this direction right here, right along the edge of that polygon. They really should resize this polygon to incorporate this, because some of these areas out here that the tornado might be tracking over is actually not tornado warned at the moment. This tornado is kind of tracking the edge of this polygon here. So in Learned, Kansas, it is probably going to just go to the south of that. It's going to cross over Highway 19, and then it's going to cross over Highway 19 again on the other side as Highway 19 makes a right turn up here. I don't think we have anybody showing on this storm right now. Let me see if I can find some. So this is where it's at. Just got an updated scan here. Hold on. So it's losing its steam here. It's probably going to try to do a handoff here shortly, because I think the reflectivity is actually still looking good. The storm still has an inflow notch right here. This is where the tornado would possibly be in this area. Kind of lost its velocity there. It's probably going to be recycling right now. I would definitely take it as a tornado still being on the ground. See how far away we are from the radar. Not incredibly far away. There's still a chance that it's on the ground. I think it might be recycling though, to put down another one. I would say anywhere within this zone, just south of Learned, you need to be taking shelter. Anywhere within this polygon, be taking shelter. This is a serious situation as well. And this is going to be moving and trekking off to the northeast along, and it's crossed over Highway 19, and it's going to be crossing over the other portion of Highway 19 just to the northeast. Anyone in Radium, you need to be taking shelter. So it's going to be passing south of Learned, south of Pawnee Ross, south of Dundee. It's going to be heading off towards Ellenwood, Chase, Lyons. All these locations you need to be taking shelter, because this possible area of rotation is outside this polygon anyway. They'll probably be updating that here before too long. I'm going to see if I can find any. It's not loading. Look out here. This is a prime spot here near Learned. This is in a very high probability of instability. So we want to make sure that we're just taking every precaution as possible. Anywhere in this vicinity, you need to be prepared. Be ready to take shelter. There's a lot of other storm chasers on this one. Let's see if I can. See if I can find something for you guys to see for this Garfield Learned area in Kansas. Let's see here. Hoping to find something that we can show you guys. Not showing anything. It doesn't look like anyone's live on this storm. However, this is still very considerable. I'm waiting on that next radar scan to see what has changed. Let me turn on. Okay, the rotation is extremely intense here. Highway 19. Need to make sure we are taking shelter, make sure we are off this highway. Any of these locations out here, we need to be making sure we're taking precaution. K Road, 100th Avenue, corner of that. It's getting ready to cross over you right now if it's not already there. 90th Avenue, this dead end here, 80th Avenue and Highway 19. Make sure we are taking shelter just to the south of Learned. So it's going to be moving off to the southeast of Learned, right out here by Highway 19. As we can see, this is still moving off to the northeast. And there's a few areas of rotation within this, which is really weird. So we've got a few different areas that this could be also some rotation moving over the city of Learned. This looks like, over the last few scans, it looks like it might be trying to recycle or do something. So we'll just have to see, but it's still very considerable, and make sure we're taking shelter anywhere within this area, all within inside this tornado polygon. Let's take a look here. It's going to be moving north, so anywhere within this vicinity of Pawnee Rock to Great Bend. Make sure you're taking shelter. Ray. It's all these locations are very considerable. So we can also see what time this was is 11, so that this is 2 minutes late. So it's probably getting very close to crossing the Highway 19. But like I said, there is showing some rotation up here, further up inside the storm. So if we put this crosshair on it, look at reflectivity, it's really weird because we have multiple areas of rotation on this storm. So anywhere within this area of Learned, this one's going to be moving more to the northwest side of Learned through kind of the center portion. This one's going to the southern portion, going to be moving over Highway 19. It wouldn't surprise me if some of this rotation recirculates and drops in a new spot. So make sure anywhere within the vicinity of Learned south, or within the city of Learned, make sure you're taking shelter. Just got a new scan in. Let's take a look at it. So we can see that there's still rotation here. This thing is moving slow, so let's make sure that velocity got updated. Now it's 811, so give it a second. Regular velocity. So we got an update on reflectivity. My guess is correct. We're going to be already crossing Highway 19. This velocity that was just over here, just to the southwest of Learned, is probably right in the city of Learned right now. If you guys, there was some rotation right here, so this is probably in this vicinity by now. This radar scan was at 811, which was 3 minutes ago. This one's crossed Highway 19 by now, based on reflectivity. This was taken at 813. Let's go up here and take a look at this. We'll come right back to that one. Let's see what's happened with this storm up here across into Nebraska. Let's see here. See velocity. The velocity on this one is still cooking. This is a really tight, good velocity here. Very dangerous situation. If you were anywhere in this vicinity of Highway 23 and Hershey Dickens Road, make sure you're taking shelter. Right here at Game Trail Road, Nielsen Road, make sure you guys are taking shelter. This is a very serious situation up here in Nebraska. Very strong, potentially dangerous tornado. There's also one here. This needs to be warned as a tornado warning as well. It is still as a tornado possible tag, severe thunderstorm warning. If you are in this vicinity, that is some tight rotation. Let me see here. Relative velocity. Okay, it's not as bad as I was thinking. Somewhere in this vicinity, I think. Anyways, anywhere north of Belkman, you need to be taking shelter, as if this is a considerable potential tornado, possibly able to produce a tornado. Don't wait till you get a tornado warning, just go ahead and take shelter, because this is a considerable day with a lot of potential for possible tornadoes. So I think we got an update on radar scan. This was at 8:13. Take a look here. So yeah, just here north of Learned and over here by Highway 19. You need to be taking shelter. Let's see correlation. See over the last few scans. I'm going to be keeping an eye here just north to the west of Learn, north of Learn, this area right in here. Just because of that the velocity signature that we were getting. It's just weird on this one. Every scan we're getting kind of a weird change in velocities. So anywhere within this area, we need to be just taking shelter. It's still a very concerning storm. My thought is right now we're kind of in a recirculation phase, so at any point it could have a tornado on the ground right now, or it could be recirculating. So take it as if there is a tornado on the ground. This is a considerable storm. It is in the area of high probability of tornado genesis. Looks like we got a discussion. See here. So as we can see here, so what will happen is the tornado will occlude up into the storm, and eventually, a lot of times, it will recirculate, recycle, and put down a new tornado. So what we can see here is the hook started off being further out from the storm, which is typically where we'll see the strongest portion. So we can see this bend here, this hook hanging down from the supercell. Typically this is where we see the larger tornadoes form. As it moves on, you can see it kind of tuck up into the storm. It's starting to occlude up into the storm here. And then what will happen is there will be a new formation, a new inflow, and then this will recirculate. So somewhere up in the realm of south of Pawnee Rock, it's probably going to recirculate into a new tornado. It would not surprise me if the rotation continues to occur. They're going to issue a new tornado polygon, just including Pawnee Rock, Great Bend, and there will be a new circulation that's going to form here as it moves off to the northeast. So make sure that we're keeping an eye on this one and treating it as if there's a tornado on the ground currently as it moves off to the northeast. Let's see. 4 tornado warnings, the newest one. This is that Texas tornado. This is very concerning. You can see this is the typical very strong tornado right here. This is a big inflow notch. This is a storm wrapping around. Let's take a look at velocity. This is probably very tight. This is a very, very, very strong storm here. Probably on the ground currently. This is very tight rotation. No doubt about it. We probably have some sort of debris signature. Let's say that's what this is getting ready to form here just south of Interstate 20. Let me see here. See if velocity line is, yeah. Right in this area, you need to be taking shelter. If you're anywhere within the corridor of I-20 and Interstate 281, you need to be taking shelter. This is a very, very dangerous situation. It's going to be moving off to the east. Make sure you're taking shelter. Got a new scan here. I want to see what this one's doing. They've issued it, so they're kind of seeing what I'm seeing with the velocity signatures. They've issued a severe thunderstorm warning ahead of this, just because the velocities have kind of fell apart, to be honest. A lot of people, they don't realize that this is still a very considerable situation. As we can see here, this is still a tornado possible. There's still rotation. The storm is not done probably producing tornadoes. At the moment, they're just saying this is, there's probably not a tornado on the ground in this area. Now, if the circulation becomes much stronger, the velocity signatures become much stronger, they're going to probably issue this as a tornado warning. However, at this time, it's a severe thunderstorm with a tornado possible tag. So you need to still be taking shelter. You need to still be acting as if this still could become a tornado. So in Pawnee Rock and all these locations, Dundee, up here at Anchor Way, getting into Great Bend, make sure we are taking this precaution serious, that there could possibly still be a tornado. Don't go about every day like, oh, we're good, it's just a severe thunderstorm warning. This is a tornado possible. There's still a possibility of tornadoes. This is an 1.5 inch ping pong ball sized hail. So if you're on I-56 heading southwest, make sure maybe just pull over, park the car somewhere, go in a garage, go home, wait out the storm, because this is going to be dropping considerable hail that will damage your car tremendously. So this could also recirculate and form a new tornado. It is in a prime location to do that as it moves off to the northeast. So just my take on this. This is still a considerable storm here. This one up here is a very, very scary situation, just based on the velocity couplets. So it has lightened up on velocity, which is good. It's still there, though. Let's go ahead and see what Freddie McKinney is seeing on his screen.
What are we?
Why are you holding the phone, Jade?
Yeah, what's on the phone?
Holding?
The phone. Hang on, I just need a couple more frames to make sure, but the phone in front of us was a large cone.
That's Southeast Kansas being.
When we were up next to it?
Okay, well, Andrew says Southeast Kansas looks
Correct.
huge tomorrow. So, sounds like we're going back to Kansas. Woohoo! Going back to Kansas, Chad. Wait,
If it's whatever it was, wobble a little
wait,
bit
Charlie,
east
maybe,
towards the road that first time.
just. Oh. But yeah, we'll just get up there to North. We're gonna intercept this tornado warning storm if it even by the time we get there. If not, we'll probably.
We should let me turn that down. It's so loud.
I don't know. Maybe we'll cease to exist too. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
They're heading off to the
I
north.
think we're gonna go up. Oh yeah, look at that right there. Still has a couplet there. Still has a couplet there coming up toward.
I've taken a little look at some of the models. I haven't taken really a deep dive into everything.
So the couplet they're talking about is this.
Gotcha, Charlie. Gotcha,
Sports and Fear.
Gotcha.
We're back into that.
So if you take a look at radar, wherever radar is,
What'd you do? Oh,
so
yeah,
it's coming from up here. It's pretty far away, so sometimes it's hard. So that's still having a couplet. This is probably still
Yeah,
producing a
Chad, well,
tornado.
you guys have not already.
So if we take a look at this, this is signatures coming towards the radar, away from the radar. This is a classic couplet, and as these two get closer together and brighter, this is going to produce velocity signatures, which is winds going towards and away from the radar. This is showing that this is winds going this way, this is winds going this way, and as these get tighter and closer together and brighter, that just indicates a much stronger rotation and a much more probability that there's a tornado. And then typically we can go and we can look at our correlation coefficient, which is going to tell us, is there anything in the air that shouldn't be in the air? So usually we'll have a CC drop, which is a bright blue, dark area. If there's a tornado doing damage, picking up houses, trees, things like that, and throwing them in the air. This one's moving off to the north. Right now, I'm not sure if it's on the ground. I would still treat it as it's on the ground because of the velocity signatures are so good still. We go storm relative, we can still see there's a good couplet there. I would treat that as a tornado on the ground. This one has been able to drop its tornado warning. It's still a tornado possible. As we can see, there is probably is recirculating. So this is gonna kind of get its act together, probably start to look more of a shape of a supercell thunderstorm, start to get a little more of a hook down here. And this would just indicate inflows coming into the storm, which allows it to kind of spin up and start circulating again. So this is still something considerable. And they've still held that tornado possible tag on this one with an 1.5-inch ping pong ball size hail, which will do terrible damage to your vehicles and property. So make sure we are taking that very serious. It is great that it has lost the tornado, though. We turn this on so we can hear when new warnings come out. The radar. It's on. We have 3 tornado warnings right now. The newest one was this one down here in Texas, which is the extenuation. And look at this. This is classic. This is a very serious thunderstorm. It's probably the worst one right now down here in Texas. Moving into the Fort Worth area. It's right north of Lipan right now. Let's take a look. Velocity signatures is, yeah. So that's very, very, very bad. This is a nice little couplet here. We've got winds going towards the radar, winds going away. So the tornado would be within this area right here. It is a little more broad. but very, very strong signatures of rotation. So let's make sure if you're in this area right here, just north of La Panne, in La Panne, anywhere south of I-20 here, make sure we are taking shelter. It looks like it's moving off to the east. We can take a look at this real quick. So you'll see this hoof just moving along with the storm. A lot of times it will recirculate, so it'll kind of go up into the storm and kind of form a new hook. So let's take a look at it as it moves. Moving very slow, but you can almost see this. This is the rotating part of the storm. This is where a tornado would be at if there was a tornado. So anywhere north of La Panne, make sure you're taking shelter immediately. Anywhere to the northeast, so anywhere north of Allison, Stephens Crossing, Maxwell Crossing, Powell Crossing, Buckner, Tin Top, all these locations, Center Mill, Baker, Annetta South, make sure we are taking shelter. This is going to be crossing over here before too long. It's going to be crossing over Highway 171. Make sure we're taking shelter on that tornado warning. So I would say at the moment, this is probably one of the most concerning storms we have right now. And the crazy thing is, this was the area here in Woodward. This is where storms were supposed to be popping off, creating very, very strong tornadoes, moving off into the Wichita area. This was the main area of concern, all within this area right here. So it's surprising that we haven't had that many tornadoes within this area for a while. So. It's still a very considerable. Crazy thing is, this one's been allowed to expire as well. So right now, we have one tornado warning, which is down in Texas. So being this is one of our most concerning spots, let's just keep taking a look and see what's happening with this storm. Still velocity couplets here just north of La Panne, so I don't know if we have anyone down here right now. Potentially see. Let's let this all load up. So let me see if I can pull up anything on any of these people out there. He's getting very close to that velocity. Let's see here. So see, none of these people have any. Trying to see if I can find any live footage out there right now on this one in Texas. It's our only tornado warning at the moment. We have quite a few severe thunderstorm warnings. However, these tornado warnings kind of take precedence. This one is moving very slow though, which is good because it might not reach some of you, especially over here near Benbrook and things like that, for quite a while. But the people it is going over, it makes it pretty considerable. Allows it to have a lot more time for damage, and these things are tightening up. It would not surprise me if this thing is on the ground or trying to come on the ground, because it's a very strong storm, as well as tightening velocity signatures. You see these reds and greens really tight together, touching now, getting much tighter. So very concerning right there. So if you're in Powell Crossing, I would definitely be taking any of these locations right here. You need to be taking shelter immediately. So the Stevens Cemetery, see what else is up there. Dennis Church. If you're in any of these locations, make sure you are taking shelter immediately. There's a lot of housing out here. This is getting ready to move over. Doesn't look like there's a lot of physical things out here. There's the Canyon West Golf Course, just there to the north of where this is going to be going over. So this is kind of exiting off to the east here. Take a look. So any of these subdivisions out here, if you're on Oak Bend Trail, Deer Trail, Sugar Tree Drive, make sure we're taking shelter immediately, getting into an interior most room of your house or into a basement. You need to be there. It's a very serious situation. Very serious rotation on this storm. As it's approached to getting closer to Dallas. Let's see over the last few frames kind of how that velocity has moved. So we can see here, the velocity is actually moving, kind of staying relatively in this area right here and kind of trekking off to the northeast a little bit. So anywhere in this area, it's very concerning. Gilbert Pit Road, Cougar Drive. Let's be taking shelter. Let me see here. I need to set up display settings. I don't feel like I'm hearing when severe weather settings. Okay, well, we'll do that here in a minute. Let's zoom out and see what else is going on here. We actually have another tornado warning. What did I tell you? This thing was going to recirculate. This would be a serious situation. Let's see here. That's why I'm trying to turn on my alert sounds, because I can't hear when a new alert comes available. Let's see, velocity. Let's see where this new velocity signature is. Looks like it's going to be right in this area. We need to make sure that we are taking shelter immediately. It's heading towards just east of Great Bend. Let's take a look at this track. So it's going to be trekking along right here just to the northwest of Great Bend, right near Great Bend Municipal Airport. Anywhere within this area, you need to be taking cover right now. Anchor Way. If you're in Heiser, I would be taking shelter. Banbrick, take shelter. It's right here near Dundee. That's why I don't get why they didn't just go ahead and put a tornado warning on that one. That's why we take these severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible very serious. All right. Be keeping an eye on this one as it moves. It is in a very prime location to continue to recirculate, keep continuing to grow, and keep continuing to put down a tornado. If you're in any of these areas, Beaver, Sunsack, Hollingston, Holy Rod, all these areas where the storm is, just be ready for it potentially to put down numerous tornadoes as it moves off to the north-northeast. So if you're up here in Bunker Hill, it'll be in your area before long. Russell, all the way over to Glendale. Make sure you guys are just weather aware and keeping track because this thing's moving off in this direction. If you're in Wilson, Dorrance. The reflectivity, so this is starting to kind of create another inflow right here. So this is where the tornado is going to be, just north of Dundee. Near Southwest 70 Avenue and Southwest 20 Road. Southwest 10 Road, Southwest 60 Road. This block within here. Let me see. I'm so sorry about that. I did not realize that the music was still playing and still loud. I can't believe that. Okay, we got a new scan here. Let's take a look at it. So we can see this circulation starting to starting to tighten up. So we need to make sure we're taking shelter. So if we just take a look at velocity here, these storms are moving about 30 miles an hour. So we can see here, got wind speeds of almost 90 miles an hour. Let's make sure we're taking shelter in these locations. See if we have anything else. It's just this one, and we'll just kind of jump back and forth between Texas and Kansas here. This is still a very strong storm. Go ahead and take a look at velocities here. Trying to see where we were looking. Oh man. This destructive damage threat, this considerable baseball-sized hail, almost 3 inches in size. Still trying to make sure the sound is not too crazy for you guys. So we're going to go back up to Kansas here in just a second. Let me take a quick look at this again. This is the one down here in Texas. We have considerable rotation. It's moving off to the east, anywhere in Center Mill, Fairview. You need to be taking shelter. Baker, anywhere to the east of where this rotation currently is. Go back up to Kansas here in just a second. Which is, let's see. Which it's moving over a lot of. Looks like there's a small airport right here. So the Driftwood Ranch Airport. You need to be taking shelter anywhere within this vicinity. Center Mill Road. We have a new rotation. Let me look at this. Probably radar issue. Make sure we are taking shelter anywhere within this vicinity. It looks like we have a few radar holes out in that direction, which is not helpful. Let's go back up here to Great Bend. Take a look at this tornado warning that we've got up here. This one's continuing to produce potential tornado. So we can see here, this is where the rotation is currently. Let me see where my... So we need to be taking shelter anywhere within this area. Just over here by the Great Bend Municipal Airport. You need to be taking shelter. Anywhere to the east of Great Bend, northeast of Great Bend, make sure we are taking immediate shelter. If we're in Heiser, anywhere between Great Bend and Heiser, coming up towards Canbrick, takes the shelter. It's going to be moving up into the Hosington area before long. Make sure we're taking shelter in any of these areas because it's a very considerable thing. These tornadoes are in a prime environment to continue to produce tornadoes and continue to drop tornadoes from any of the supercells produced in this area, which I'm quite surprised these aren't producing bigger storms or more robust cells, but this one keeps recycling and recirculating. So we're going to keep an eye on Great Bend here as it moves off to the northeast. all these ones developing here, I would be highly concerned as they move more towards the Wichita area. They're going to continue to be primed with more unstable air. We can see we're sitting at about 70 over 60 dew point. So this was the area we we're really watching, anywhere around the Wichita area for potential strong to violent EF3 plus tornadoes today, anywhere along this Kansas-Oklahoma line. So as these cross over, these might become more severe. Which we can take a look at it. It's not very impressive. These aren't looking extremely impressive to me. Let's take a look and see if there's any rotation on any of these. What we got there? We got this storm up here. Take a look at velocity. There's not really any rotation. Take a look at this one. It's a little bit of rotation here on the southern end of the storm. These can start to intensify very quickly, so let's keep an eye on this one. This one does have a tornado warning, and in Kansas is probably the most favorable for a tornado at this point. Let's take a look at these. We'll go ahead and do a dual split. I can try to see if there's a potential for tornadoes on any of these. Let's take a look over here at Randolph. There's a little bit of rotation here just to the southwest of Randolph, very broad. I'm not as concerned. Any of these moving into this area here, I'd be much more concerned about if anything happens to move into this area. Highly concerned. Let's see if we got any new scans on this one here in Great Bend. It's taking on a much better shape for producing tornadoes, so see right here. Let's change this over to storm relative. So this is where the tornado is going to be. It's now almost north of Great Bend. Almost north of Great Bend. So if you are in the Hosington area, make sure we're taking shelter anywhere within this area. Make sure we're taking shelter anywhere between Highway 97 and Hosington. Take shelter. It's going to be moving off towards Beaver. Beaver, Suzank. Moving up towards Russell, Bunker, Dorrance. Make sure we're taking shelter. Let's see. Still just the 2 tornado warnings, which is great. I would assume that. So this one's going to expire in about 7 minutes. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if they continued to extend that tornado warning, just because of the possibility of continuing to put down a tornado. Let's make sure we're keeping an eye on these. Let's go up here real quick. Just take a look at this one. We're going to come back to that. We're going to go down to Texas here just a moment and check on that tornado warning. These are almost becoming more linear. We do have some rotation. Some of these areas, any of these like little hooks and bends can be some inflow notches for tornado genesis. Not as concerned about this stuff up here anymore. Let's see. We'll just keep an eye on it. We'll come back to it. This one might still be... I know it was still rotating even after they dropped the tornado warning up here by North Platte. Just take a look at it. Yeah, not too concerned with that. Got a new scan on this one. So we still have rotation on this one. It's still moving towards Hosington, and here towards Highway 4 and Interstate 281. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Just take a look here. Let's go down here to Texas and see what we got going on down here. This one was really impressive. Kind of heading off to Fort Worth here. This is classic, and it's held its shape for quite some time. It's not moving extremely fast, but it is something that we should be concerned with. Let's take a look at velocity, see if it's done anything. Should with that signature. I mean, we still got a velocity couplet right here. It's kind of still tracking that same area. It's a little more broad now. It's anywhere Center Mill. If you're near Highway 171. I can't read that, it's so small. Baker, moving off towards it's like Monroe Highway, Cresson. Any of these areas, you need to be taking shelter. It's a considerable tornado warning. I think this one is the one that had crazy hail. It's 2-inch lime-size hail now, but it was up to like 3-inch. This can damage your car significantly. So try to stay off the highways. This is a very concerning signature. Tornado would be in this area right here. So make sure that we are taking shelter, taking this very serious. This is not storms to mess around with, especially if they're looking like that. So as it moves off to the east, make sure we're taking precaution in Cresson, Benbrook, Forest Hill, Burleson, all these places. You're going to get pelted with hail here pretty soon, Benbrook. You're kind of on the front edge of it. So make sure you're taking anything from the outdoors you don't want damaged, because this could be up to 3-inch hail out here. So we want to be taking that precaution. It's a very nasty storm with a great hook echo on radar. This could drop a very considerable tornado. Make sure we're taking shelter. Let's go back up here. It looks like we have some storms. They're still over here. Considerable storms. Severe thunderstorm warnings over in Arkansas. This is in the Georgetown, Caldwell, Forest City. These were dropping enormous hail sizes. Let's take a look at what it's saying hail-wise. 1 1/4 inch. This was like 3 inches earlier, whatever it was over here, just on the other side of Arkansas. So none of this is as bad as what we're seeing over here in Kansas or Texas, but for our people out in near the Memphis area over here in Arkansas, make sure you guys are keeping an eye on those severe thunderstorm warnings. This is one I want to kind of keep an eye on as well. It looks like we dropped our tornado warning off the Great Bend storm, which is great. Leaves us with, still says 2. Where's this at? Oh, we got another tornado warning up here in Nebraska. The velocity doesn't look super crazy on this. However, we need to be taking shelter. There is still rotation on this storm. Make sure we are taking shelter anywhere within this, because this is a lot of inflow notches in an unstable environment. I believe these are moving off to the east. Yeah, so if you're anywhere within this area, Culbertson, north of Culbertson, McCook, north of McCook, anywhere on Interstate 83, make sure we're taking shelter here on Interstate 6, coming into Interstate 34. This is a tornado warning. We can see this little hook forming right here. This is where the tornado would be. It's going to be moving off to the north. It's kind of trekking up the storm line, even though storms mostly move in east. So anywhere within this vicinity, we need to be taking shelter just southeast of Palisade. I don't know why my warnings, typically they come across my headset and let me know that a new tornado warning's been issued, so that we can get on it really quickly. For some reason, that's not happening, which is concerning, because I'm having to jump around, and if we get 10 to 12 tornado warnings all at one time, being able to kind of keep track of those, because like if this one recirculates and puts down another tornado, I want to be able to come back to it and make sure that we're keeping an eye on it. And this one still does have rotation, so it probably still has a tornado possible tag on it. Yeah, tornado possible tag on the severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're in Hosing, Beaver, any of these locations, Sansick, Suzunk, whatever that's called, make sure we're treating this as such. This is tornado possible. I'm going to come back down here to the one in Texas. The good news is the rotation has let up significantly on this one. We still do have rotation though, which I'm surprised this kept a radar indicated, because there for a while, with the look of radar, still has a nasty hook echo on it. I'd be very concerned with this one. Just make sure you're taking shelter. This is going to produce very large hail as well as very high winds. They could do a lot of damage. Let's make sure we're treating this as such. The velocity signature is right here. So just north of Center Mill, right there at Center Mill, Baker, Tin Top, moving towards Highway 171. And what we've kind of seen over the last few frames is it started over here near Allison, and it's in La Pan, and it's kind of made a northward trek as it's moving off to the east, even though a lot of the tornado warning has mostly been an eastward trek, and it's really been moving to a northeast trek. So as it moves off here, I wouldn't be surprised that it's going to be kind of just south of Annetta South, kind of running into maybe a Wheatland and Binbrook. So just know this storm is going to continue to push off, and I wouldn't be surprised if this thing continues to rotate and continues to do this, as it's holding its hook echo pretty well. This is a storm that could put down a very large tornado, so make sure we're treating it as such. Anyone within this tornado polygon here, let's make sure we're taking shelter. Anyone outside of this tornado polygon, let's be keeping an eye out on this. Be ready to take shelter in Binbrook, Lakeshore Estates, Eagle Cliff Village, over here in Fort Worth. This storm is going to trek off in this direction, kind of make it over here by Forest Hill. Let's see, do we have any other tornado warnings? I think it's just the one. It's just the one in Nebraska and the one in Texas. So let's see if this one has done anything in the last scan. We'll kind of jump back and forth. To be honest, I'm not too concerned about this one. I mean, some small spin up probably It is still a tornado warning. It still could be on the ground. It still could do damage. These are very powerful storms. So if you're in this area, make sure we're taking shelter over here by Palisade, Cumbertson, Trenton, McCook. Be ready to take shelter. Let's see what else we got down here. I'm gonna go back down here to Great Bend. This one keeps spinning up. They take the tornado warning off and then they put one back because we still have broad rotation down here. We still have winds going different directions. This is a considerable storm. We've still got 1.5 inch ping pong ball sized hail. Let's take a look at reflectivity and see what it looks like. So it's kind of lost its hook echo for now. Let's see what mesoscale discussion says here. So this is severe potential, kind of covering the Kansas, Nebraska area. Foreseeing a potential watch likely coming up. So peak tornado intensity 100-130 miles an hour, which is actually good because the foreseen possibility of these becoming EF3 plus over here near Wichita is really where we were kind of watching this Woodward, Wichita area. And we haven't really seen anything that impressive. I would say the one over here by Great Bend has been the most impressive that we've seen. We've seen a few over here. I think it was near Jetmore and Dodge City that were pretty impressive. These don't even have severe thunderstorm warnings on them, which is really surprising based on the conditions that we were in. We're still near 70 with a 60 dew point. We have a significant weather statement here in Lexington, so this is going to be moving off towards Greensburg. Let's take a look at velocity, see if this thing is spinning at all. Got a little bit of rotation back here on the backside. Let me see if it... I mean, we got a little bit of rotation. If these connect, I don't know if they've been a storm that's been together or not. No. So this is forming. It's growing. I wouldn't be surprised if these two kind of connect together and intensify, because that's what we typically see with these storms that are kind of separated. They run into each other and they can rapidly intensify. So if this one kind of combines with this other storm here to the north, I wouldn't be surprised. I would just keep your eye out if you're in Greensburg, Haviland. Make sure we're being weather aware and keeping track of this here on Interstate 183. If you're on this road here, make sure we're being weather aware, because these could combine over the next few scans and become something very concerning with a tornado probability. Let's see what they said for this significant weather statement. In effect until... So 50 mile an hour winds already, nickel-sized hail. I would say this continues to intensify. This area right here was primed for... Let's take a look real quick, because I don't think we got any other tornado warnings. We'll go back down to Texas here in just a second. Let's look at the models. HRRR here in the Kansas. This is the place that is really concerning to me. So if we want to look at the CAPE, so surface-based CAPE is a convective available potential energy. This is what storms thrive off of to explode once they break the CAPE. So as we move in, see this storm right here in Greensburg? It's kind of in a primed area, like all of this energy right here. So this dry line, this is the dry line. This is where a lot of the storms are going to be firing is off over in this area. If it's in a high CAPE area, I would say that's probably like Take a look at that. 6,000 joules per kilogram. That's a lot. We still have storm chasers over here like Brad Arnold.
12Z more of it looks good somewhere out in range. 12Z more of it looks good somewhere out.
We'll kind of keep this up here. He's probably getting up here to either track this storm or wait on some other potential storms to pop up, because this is an area that has very high potential for tornado probability. So you can see this one down here in Fort Worth. Like it's 1,000 joules per kilogram, and that's a very impressive looking hook echo on that storm. Up here we've got 5, almost 6,000 joules per kilogram as it moves off to this dry line moves across. So as we move, that high potential energy actually treks with that storm. It would not surprise me. This storm, I would suspect it to continue to grow and to continue to intensify. I don't know which way Brad is moving. We've got him up on screen right now. So he's probably moving off to the north, and he's probably going to come up here and try to intercept. Yeah, that's probably what he's doing. He's going to get up here to Pratt or St. John, and he's probably going to intercept this storm, because as this one treks off, it wouldn't surprise me if you're in the Great Bend area, Kingsley area, Lyons, Ellensworth. This storm is going to potentially trek off, because as the night goes on, this potential energy is going to keep trekking along with the storm. So in my mind, right now, with where this energy is, the storm has the greatest potential for tornado genesis and being a very strong storm. Let's take a look here, because we got dew points too that we can take a look at. All these dew points, like it's in a prime spot. Like we've got 70 dew points right here in that area. We've got massive cape in this area. Let's see the tornado parameter. We can do a tornado parameter and see, and it's in a prime spot for tornado genesis. So that's right now. So that's right now, and as the time goes on, this storm is in the prime zone. Like, look at this. So this is right now, it's right here, and as time goes on, this tornado parameter is going to trek along with this storm as it moves off to the northeast. So this is Brad Arnold up here in the top corner. We'll kind of keep him up there. I don't know.
Wipes out the environment.
Let's just pop these up. We'll kind of get a few different viewpoints here. Off on our side. This one, he's got a ways to go. He's on some back roads, man. He's gonna be chasing this thing for a while. I think staying on Brad Arnold, he's on I-28, 281. He's gonna get there the quickest. Let's go ahead for stream's sake and just keep him up over here. We might be able to, let me see if I can get him a little bigger for you guys. Actually might be, let's see here. Already got him up on the screen down here in the bottom, so that's good. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go back to the regular radar. So we can already see just over the brief time that we've been talking, this one here in Greensburg has already went from significant weather statement to severe thunderstorm warning with a considerable tag. So this thing is intensifying very quickly. It swallowed that other one. Let's see. It didn't really have much velocity signatures on it. And dude, this is going to be a tornado warning very quickly. If you're here to the east of Lexington, this thing has came together very fast. We can see a velocity couplet forming right here, over here near Road 4 and Road 12. This is going to become a tornado warning very quickly. If this continues to intensify, they should probably put one on there right now. This is very concerning. It's extremely concerning right there. as fast as that came together, like I said, that storm swallowed it, and the storm swallowed that other storm. This might even be a tornado. Let's see here. Yeah, I would be very concerned with this right here. There's potentially a tornado either forming or on the ground just here to the east of Lexington, moving towards Interstate 183. County Line Road, Road 12, the intersection there. Make sure you guys are in your safe place anywhere in this vicinity. Make sure we are taking shelter. If I were National Weather Service, I would be putting, I'm going to see this next scan to see if it holds or gets tighter. It's very concerning. Man. Brad Arnold was up here. This is the stream we've got going here down in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. I'm going to be tracking this storm. This is the most concerning to me right now. I'm going to come up here and take a look at this one that was over by Great Bend. This one's not as concerning. Let's see, take a look at the... We'll keep an eye on that one because it could continue to intensify. This one right now, swallowed another storm, has a very good inflow on it. They do have a tornado possible tag. I would definitely issue a tornado warning on this one. Anyone in Molinville, Greensburg, Haviland, make sure we're taking shelter as this storm moves off to the northeast. Zoom in here and see. Yeah, Greensburg, you're kind of in the path of this one. If this one stays, which it probably will, pretty favorable because of just because of the environment. The tornado parameters are there. The dew points are there. The CAPE is there, which is convective available potential energy. This is right on the line. We just got done talking about it. As this one moves off towards Greensburg, this is going to be a potentially dangerous situation, and it already is. This thing swallowed another, they kind of combined. It was two supercells combining into one, and a lot of the times we see this, it creates a very good, stable environment for tornadogenesis. So this thing has became very, very strong within a very short period of time. So we can see this here. This is where the tornado would be as it moves off to the northeast. That is very concerning. I wish Brad Arnold was up there closer. That's one of those storm chasers here. Got Brad Arnold. We've got Aaron Jack here. We've got signal lost. Great. So we're kind of just taking a look here and hoping. I hope this one, kind of continues to die out. I'm waiting on that next velocity scan. But over the last two, it's very concerning. So we can see how quickly that just formed near Lexington. Just almost as soon as those storms combined, this thing's creating a very, very good rotation signature. Okay. Let's keep an eye on that one. Let's see. We have no tornado warnings. That is amazing. No tornado warnings right now. This is something I'm going to be keeping my eye on. Let's go down here. Let's see what happened to that one in Texas over here by Dallas. Still has a tornado possible tag on it. This is where the rotation would have been. Still some rotation. A lot. Still something to be concerned about. Still tornado possible tag. Let's take a look at reflectivity. It still has a good hook on it. This could still put down a tornado. Make sure we're taking this very serious. If you're in Wheatland, Lakeshore Estates, Benbrook, any of these areas, make sure we're taking shelter. I'm gonna go back up here. Let's see this one over in Arkansas. Okay. There's a severe thunderstorm warning over here near Forest City. Make sure we're taking this serious as well. These severe thunderstorm warnings can still produce 60 to 80 mile an hour winds, over an inch hail. So still can do significant damage. Like I said, this one got issued a tornado warning. We need to stay on top of these. And we were able to say this tornado warning probably a few minutes in advance. So that's why we're here. Very considerable situation. Let's see what they've got. Nobody's confirmed it. His radar indicated so far. 2-inch lime-sized hail. So I'm going to take a look real quick on. Look how quickly that formed. That's insane. That's a very strong storm. We knew it was going to do that just taking a look at it initially. Let me go out here and see what's out here. So it looks like Hash Knife Ranch. This is right in your area. Make sure you are taking shelter. Am I in the right spot? Let me see. 183, yep. Okay. Lexington is just to my south. Okay. Never mind. That was not the spot. It does look like there is houses out here. It's mostly rural area, which is good. So as it moves off to the northeast, it's going to cross Highway 83. Got a lot of fields out here. The next city is going to be, let's see, Greensburg. I'd say the next major impact. There's still houses. There's still things out here. Greensburg Mini Barns is out here. So as it moves off, trying to see what else. Heavy Land. Make sure you guys are being prepared in case this one continues. It probably will, just based on the strength of that storm. Probably going to recycle multiple times. So if you're up here in Heavy Land, make sure we're staying weather aware. If this gets issued a tornado warning in your vicinity, it would be entering on the side of Alliance Ag and Grain. Let's see here. So we can see here, this is a massive storm. It's going to swallow this other one, probably going to intensify even more. This other supercell up here, this is already getting a very nice defined hook echo. Right down here is where the tornado would be. If we go to storm relative velocity, this is right where the rotation is on the screen. So make sure we are taking this extremely serious. See if we can hear Brad.
Greensburg. Moving up towards Haviland. Okay.
Yeah, here comes our big boy. I know. I've been watching. I mean, I'm coming. Where are you at?
Medicine Lodge, headed that way. come through Medicine Lodge too. I'm right behind you.
Yeah, I figured as much. Passing every truck we can get around right now.
How's traffic up there? There's nobody in front of me.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna go to Breck and cut west. I think I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you up there.
Bye bye.
So this right now we're looking at John.
Let's take a look here. This is a very, very strong storm. Let's go ahead and look at reflectivity. We got a great hook echo. This is a bad storm. This is the real deal. This is what we've been waiting on in this area. It's the only storm that has the look like it's going to do some damage. Let's take a look at that. Just got a new scan here. Very, very strong rotation. Very, very strong rotation. Let's go ahead and see if there's a correlation coefficient here. Don't have anything yet. This is just near County Line Road and Road 12. If you're in this area, it's going to be moving off to the northeast. Let's see here. This thing is not going to let up. This is the real deal as it tracks off. This is probably going to be the biggest storm of the night. Right here south of Greensburg. In between Greensburg and Coldwater. This is a very strong and potentially dangerous situation. A very strong tornado. Probably producing a tornado right now. Or in the process of it. Very tight rotation. Very tight rotation right here. We have the classic hook echo here on your screen. So this whole hook right here is where a tornado would be forming. And if we pair that up with the velocity signatures, we have a really defined velocity right here. This is where our tornado is. This is the only tornado warning we have. Let's go ahead and see. Let's see if there's any traffic cameras that we can see in the area over here in Greensburg. Kind of see what they're seeing. Let me see what I can get pulled up. Let's see what we got. Okay. I think I have something here. US 54. So we do have a traffic camera here on 54. I'm going to see. It is raining in Greensburg right now. I think we may have lost the traffic camera though. That is very unfortunate. Man. I was really hoping we would get that traffic camera. Let me see here. Okay. Trying to find trying to get this video to play over here. In Kansas, near Greensburg, we have a serious situation with this tornado warning. Very tight, and it's just intensifying. Every velocity scan, this is very tight couplet. Probably on the ground right now. Let's see with correlation coefficient. The tornado would be right here. The good thing is it's in a pretty open area until we get up here near Greensburg or Heavy Land. There are some rural homes out here. So anyone in this area near Interstate 183, be taking shelter here to the east of Interstate 183. That's where that tornado would be. I'll show you real quick on the scan. This is where the tornado is going to be on the reflectivity. The direction the storm is moving, it's moving off in this direction. So that tornado is going to follow that line. It's going to be moving right towards Heavy Land. But it could occlude, it could be closer to Greensburg, it could recirculate, it could be further over. We'll keep a track on this as it's moving forward to make sure you guys are safe. If you're anywhere in this area, 21st Street, 23rd Street, if you're over here, you're Interstate 183, just south of Mullinville, between County Line Road and Greensburg. This whole area, you need to be taking shelter. So the good thing is we have Brad Arnold over here. Looks like he is he's storm chasing tonight. Looks like this might be occluding into the storm. So it's going to probably recirculate here in a minute. Very tight rotation. This is a very tight couplet here. Red and green, bright together. Getting closer to I-83, 183. I'm going to keep trying to get some sort of live view on it. I don't have anything right now. But every scan, this is getting worse. Very, very strong storm. We had seen it right before it came together. And as it it keeps swallowing these other supercells, it's just continuing to grow. Taking a look at any of the models, it's in a prime area for significant tornado parameters, and as time goes on, this is just going to follow the storm. So this thing is going to continue to just skyrocket with potential. So any of these places, Haviland, Collins, Luca, Stratford, St. John, all the way up to Lyons, Great Bend, all of these locations need to be on the watch out, because as this storm moves on, this tornado parameter, so your surface-based cape, some of these other parameters that really produce strong to violent tornadoes. This is probably the one storm out of all night that we really need to be keeping an eye on and be very, very concerned with. Because all the parameters are going to pretty much be following this storm as it tracks off to the northeast. And it's going to potentially produce a very violent, strong tornado, if it isn't already doing it right now. This is an observed tornado now. It is on the ground. Very strong rotation, and they're issuing another tornado warning, PDS tornado warning, I would assume. Let's see here. Considerable observed. This is a PDS warning. This is a very, very strong tornado. Particularly dangerous situation. Very strong rotation. Looks like it may have made a... Thing is kind of taking a northward turn right here. It is moving kind of slow on rotation, but this is very strong. Very strong tornado. If you're in Greensburg, be taking shelter. This is taking a northward turn. Initially, this was kind of moving off more to the east, northeast. Now it's mostly taking a northward turn. We've seen that over the last few scans. Very strong. This is the real deal. This is probably one of the strongest ones of the night. And it's right over here in Greensburg. This is one we don't mess around with. It's not for the faint of heart. We need to be sure that we're keeping weather aware with these. So this storm pretty much swallowed another supercell storm, which we were talking about it before this thing even became tornado warned. I said this probably needs a tornado warning 2 to 3 minutes before being issued a tornado warning. When these storms in this kind of zone of unstable parameters, when that happens, these things intensify so quick. So it swallowed the other supercell, intensified very quickly, became a rotating supercell very quickly, which issued this tornado warning. And now we can hear very tight couplet, extremely tight, on the ground, observed tornado moving off towards Greensburg, up here by I-54. If you were outdoors, you need to get inside. You need to take shelter anywhere in this area, near Interstate 183, Interstate 54, Joy, Greensburg, Brenham. You all need to take shelter. All the way over here to Haviland. Tornadoes are very unpredictable at times on the way they move. With a tornado this size, potentially going to continue to grow and gain size, we need to take every precaution available. This is very, very scary situation. What I'm going to do is, which we have some storm chasers over here on Interstate 281. Which, as they get closer, they're going to be able to have probably a view of this storm. It's just nighttime. It's going to be hard to fully see what's going on, but they are en route. I guarantee you to this storm right here. Probably the biggest storm of the day is happening right now. Right over here in Greensburg. Very tight rotation. If we were going to take any storm serious out of the day, it would be this storm right here. If you've had storms move through, today over in this area, and, nothing really happened, Wichita all the way to this area was a considerable time. Right now, this storm, do not take lightly. If you were in the tornado warning polygon, make sure we're taking shelter. This is very serious. This could end up being the storm of the day. This is the storm that's going to probably produce a massive tornado. It's in the most unstable air. It has a huge convective available potential energy that it's going to be feeding off of. It's going to grow significantly. It swallowed another supercell. This thing is going to skyrocket with its ability. We can see this very tight couplet here. So the reds and the greens, we take the radar. We draw a line from the radar through that. This is winds going towards the radar, winds going away from it. Those are moving very fast. They're very bright, and they're moving extremely fast. So if we take this right here, we're talking 70 mile an hour winds on one side and another 60 on the other. So 130 mile an hour winds. This could be an EF3 tornado right now. It's approaching an EF3 category tornado right now. This is a very, very dangerous situation. Let's go ahead and take a look at correlation coefficient. This is a lot of time if it's hitting houses, trees, debris, things lofting up in the air, it's going to paint a picture of a correlation, a debris ball. So it's going to have a huge CC drop because it's detecting things in the air that shouldn't be in the air. So we take a look here. We want to keep track of that, make sure with this storm. If you're in Kansas right now, if you're in Greensburg, Haviland, any of these areas, make sure you're taking shelter. If you're just tuning in, this is a very, very dangerous situation. A very large supercell storm in a very primed environment. Out of all the storms today, out of all the rain today, out of everything that's went on, this is the real deal. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what is happening. This is an observed tornado warning moving towards Greensburg, Kansas. And if you're in this area, everyone in the city of Greensburg, this is a very dangerous situation. This is not one that you're just going to live in if you get hit by, just sitting in your couch. You need to take shelter. You need to get to shelter. You need to do it now. You do not have a lot of time. This is moving in your direction. If you are anywhere living near I-83 and to the east, in this area, take shelter. And if you guys are tuning in, let me know where you're looking from, what you're seeing, where you live at. We can take a look at that. This has now been issued a massive severe thunderstorm warning. The National Weather Service is going to pick up on this. This is a very dangerous situation here. Greensburg, Kansas. This is one of the most important storms of the day. Take a look over here right quick, and then we're going to go right back, because none of these storms are going to be doing anything relatively close. No, there's absolutely nothing happening with these besides being severe thunderstorms. Take caution in any of these severe thunderstorms. Big hail makers, big wind makers. This storm right here is not just that. This will take lives. This storm near Greensburg, Kansas. This is a storm that's going to take lives. We have a feed here showing something that Brad Arnold's going towards. We have him pulled up here just showing his stream. Go give him support, like and comment on his stuff. But this is a serious situation. This is a life taker here. Life taker here with a growing velocity signature. This is extremely concerning. You need to take shelter right now if you haven't already. If you're in this area. This is a very impressive storm, very large storm. It's going to continue to move and be in a very favorable environment to keep producing a very large tornado. We can see here, this is the significant tornado parameter. It takes all these parameters of CAPE and dew points and temperatures and all that, and it kind of tracks where the potential for a big tornado is. Well, guess what? Out of everywhere that there's storms with these little polygons, this one is in the prime area. This is the big boy. This is what's going to happen today. And as time goes on, it's going to be moving off to the northeast here. And as time goes on, guess what happens with all that? It follows it. So this storm is going to continue to be fed all of this unstable air, all this hot, warm, moist air with high dew points, high temperatures. And as it moves off to the northeast, it's not going to weaken. This thing is going to continue to probably strengthen, potentially recycle, but it's going to be the real deal. Make sure we are weather aware. Make sure we're paying attention, especially if you're in any of these areas. Back in Great Bend, you guys had a tornado warning just earlier. This is the real deal here. I would be tracking it. I would be keeping an eye on it, even if you don't have a tornado warning right now. If you're to the northeast of this storm, this is very serious. Let's go back to radar, see what the new scan has. Let's check out the velocity on this. This storm is still just rotating like crazy. It's a very big storm. Let's see if we've got any CC drop yet. It's kind of hard to see. This is out in a rural area right now, which is good, but this is moving towards the Greensburg area. Let's see on. So as this moves, we're talking it's probably going to go just to the south. All these areas. If you live in this subdivision right here, you need to be in your safe place. You should have already been there. So I was calling this out minutes before this thing ever gave a tornado warning, and calling out Greensburg and Haviland for a while. If you know somebody in this area, give them a call. Very strong tornado. This is an observed tornado. This is not, oh, it's just a thunderstorm with the tornado warning that we get all the time. No, this is an observed tornado. It's on the ground. Observed tornado. Very strong rotation, very strong signature. This is the storm that will take your life if you do not pay close attention. If you do not take shelter right now, if you're in the Greensburg, Haviland area, this will take your life if it hits your home. That's why we're here. That's why I'm spending my Sunday night, is for this storm right here. This is a strong storm. It is holding together on velocity. A lot of times these things come up and they go away, but like I said, it's in the parameters, that super tornadic parameters, taking in all the accounts. This has got a great formation. It's got a big body. It's got that hook echo on the bottom here. This is where the tornado is going to be. This thing's moving slow. If it hits your home, it is going to stay over it for a significant amount of time. This ain't moving at 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. You have plenty of time to take shelter. You need to get there. Do not wait till the last minute, because it will be too late. And this thing's getting worse. Like, just the hook echo on this thing, the inflow that this thing is getting is insane. It's the only storm that's eating up all this energy right now. This is the storm that's going to be EF3+, that the National Weather Service has been talking about for multiple days. Everybody was primed for all these other storms that were moving through the area earlier. And there were some that were significant. Tornado warnings, issues, probably caused mass, issues. This is the most concerning. Let's take a look at this Texas one just real quick, because I didn't even realize this became a tornado warning again. This one, broad rotation. I'm not as concerned about that. But if you are in the McKinney area, if you're in Frisco, if you're in Little Elm, take shelter. Prosper, take shelter. Lakewood Village, take shelter. This one in Greensburg. This is huge. This is a huge tornado right now. It's just now crossing Interstate 183. Just now crossing Interstate 183. Let's see here. There we go. You guys should hear a little better. Still crossing Interstate 183. It's right in this area. It's a very large tornado. Large, damaging, and destructive tornado. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. This one's the most concerning right now. Of all the storms, this is probably going to be the only storm right now in Kansas that is going to potentially take lives. Take a look at this new velocity. Like I said, this thing ain't letting up. I'm gonna take a look at locations right now.
see if I can get one of these. Trying to pull up and see if we can find another. Guys, this has been issued a tornado emergency. This is a catastrophic damage. This is a very, very large, very, very dangerous situation. National emergency for Greensburg. This is a potentially dangerous situation. Take cover now. Deadly tornado. Weather spotters confirm tornado. You are in a life-threatening situation. Flying debris may be deadly to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be destroyed. Considerable damage to homes, businesses, and vehicles is likely. Complete destruction is possible. This could be an EF3+, EF4, EF5 tornado. This is not one you live through. This is not one that you're going to just make it out by sitting, not doing something. You need to take shelter. You need to cover yourself up. You need to get mattresses on. You need to get to an underground shelter immediately in Greensburg. You have very, very limited time if you are anywhere in this area. Anywhere between Greensburg, Brenham, you need to take shelter now. We've had plenty of time for you guys to take shelter. We need to make sure that we are in our safe spots. Doing everything. If you have a helmet, if you have pillows, if you have anything, make sure we are covering up. Let's take a look at Brad Arnold's feed right now. See what's going on.
Man, I think I saw it through John's feed too. And the thing is it can be so big. I saw it through John's feed. Pretty good view of it here. Oh yeah, I think I just saw it. So once again, if you
This is a very dangerous storm here. This is a tornado emergency. It is not something to be play lightly with about. If you know anyone in the Greensburg area, give them a call now. They need to take shelter. They're probably experiencing extremely strong winds already. The tornado is very close. It's in our North Road. You're in Brenham. Take shelter now. This is a plea to save your life. We've been covering this thing ever since County Line Road, and it's made it all the way up here, almost to Greensburg. It's a very serious situation. This is one that's going to take people's lives. We're going to keep covering this. Brad Arnold here in the top left of our screen and the bottom right of our screen. He's been chasing today. He is down here in Kansas. He is moving near. He's going down I-54 right now. He's probably going to be coming upon damage. By the time he gets there, this is probably going to be close, if not passing I-54 near Greensburg. If you're in this area, you need to take shelter. You need to get underground. Let's take a look here. Dodge City, Kansas. Go ahead and take a bigger look at this. Arnold's going to be getting down there. Go ahead and open this up. Go ahead and open this up, take a look at it. See what's going on.
Guys, we are booking it. We may lose every windshield in this hail core.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure we've got everything up here properly. And just hopefully we've got everybody in their safe spots. Honestly, at this point, that's the most important thing. Even if we can't figure out a way to see this, we just need to make sure that we've got everybody aware of what's going on.
Brian, the significant tornado parameter is now up to a 14. It is maxed out. It doesn't go any higher than that. I've looked. It doesn't go any higher than 14. And I've looked. It doesn't go any higher than 14.
And I'm looking, it doesn't go any higher than 14.
This is insane, yo.
And I'm looking, it doesn't go any higher than
I want
14.
to make it very clear. This is insane. What we're dealing with here is likely I want to make it very clear. That we're dealing with is likely a tornado that is very, very intense. resident. That's actually a terrible thing to do. Don't try to outrun this tornado. So that they don't get, you know, if something happens and then the tornado goes through the town, you know, that they can actually go in and help people after the storm's passed. And that sounds to me like what they're talking about here. I'm not going to comment on, you know, whether or not that's a good idea, but that's so that they don't, get, you know, if something happens and then the tornado goes through the town, you know, that they can actually go in and help people after the storm's passed. And that sounds to me like what they're talking about here. I'm not going to comment on, you know, whether or not that's a good idea, but that's
Ryan, there, just to get, I wanted to clarify something. They are not evacuating the residents from the town. They are not evacuating the residents from the town. So that way they can get in there if they need to rescue situation. The residents are not evacuating.
out there in and around Greensburg. So here's the thing. According to velocity on radar, it looks like there's a chance that this skirts just to the east of town.
Ryan, there, just to get, I wanted to clarify something there.
Yeah, this is right here. This is who we're watching. Brad Arnold's going that way right now. It looks like it's going east of town near Brenham. If you're in this area, this is a very dangerous situation. It is going to completely wipe houses potentially from their slabs. It's a very dangerous situation. We're going to keep watching Brad Arnold as he gets closer. This is something extremely dangerous. This is a very, very big storm, and it's going to continue off to the north-northeast. Let's take a look at Brad's stuff as he gets closer here. Let's get him pulled up. He's the closest person right now that's storm chasing in the area. If we can get... Get our stream pulled back up here.
This area looks like it's going to take a direct hit if there's some bird. And then we've also got to be concerned about our friends over there near Haviland. And then eventually areas farms and ranches and stuff. But let's just hope. Basically, what we need to do
Let's
right
take a look here. He's going to be coming in and out. He's in a very, very strong spot that's going to be losing a lot of power. This is over here near Greenfield, Greensburg, and Haviland. This is just skirting the right-hand side of Greensburg, going through Brenham, and it's going to continue off to the northeast. So anywhere within this path is in extreme danger. This is an EF3+, EF4, EF5 tornado. Velocities are very strong here near Brenham. It's going to be going right over. I think there's some homes and things in this area, some homes out here. So make sure you are taking shelter. Make sure you're getting to an interior room or into a basement, preferably. You really need to be below ground for something like this. This is a very intense, very strong tornado. Let's take a look at Brad Arnold and see as he gets closer. I don't know what he's looking at. He's getting extremely close to the storm. He is right here. He's just past Haviland. This is getting ready to go over Brenham. I want to see as he approaches this, as he gets closer, it's really, really going to tear apart anything in this path. These homes in this area right here. This home, these homes. Very, very dangerous. As he approaches this, there's going to be massive damage if it hits a home. Let's go ahead and keep watching this, see what's going on down here in Greensburg. Tornado emergency. You do not see these very often. This is only for the most strongest storms, the strongest tornadoes that you have to fight to survive.
The second tornado popped up. Brian, we now have...
So he's calling out 2 tornadoes. He's pulling off to the side, probably because he's getting way too close. He's very close to this storm. He's calling out 2 tornadoes now. Let's see here. Storm relative velocity. Massive tornado right here. Not sure where he's calling out the dual tornadoes. Maybe over here. Let's just see. He's pulling over. He might be turning around here. It's a very dangerous situation he's in right now. As strong as this is, and these bright colors means the winds are moving extremely fast in this area. Like, we're talking potentially EF3 plus, EF4, EF5 tornado. It's a very big deal, very big tornado. Let's see if we have any correlation coefficient. We should at this point. Let's go ahead and see if it'll load here. We can see this. It looks like this is probably the debris ball here. Very large tornado. Let's see if that lines up with velocities right now. We'll take a look at that area right here. So yeah, this is right where velocities are. This is a huge, massive debris ball currently showing up on radar. This is lofting a bunch of stuff up in the air right here.
Hey, do you have eyes on it?
No, dude, I'm right behind you.
Oh, how did I beat you over here?
This is Brad Arnold right now. He is right here, very close to the storm.
I'm coming though. You're gonna have eyes on it, or you're gonna have your face on it in a second.
Yeah, there's two tornadoes.
Yeah, I know. There's also a cell trying to develop out front of it.
Yeah, it's about to nudge it. Yeah.
Here. This is where he's seeing the 2 circulations. One over by Brenham, one over here. He's very close to the tornado. Looks like he is going to move in towards the tornado. Let's see as he moves in. This is going to be a lot of damage potentially. I am really wanting to see what he sees here. Does not want to go full screen, which is really annoying because I really want to see this in full screen. See if I can get it pulled up over here.
Oh my god. Oh.
Got it pulled up here. He's in a very dangerous spot.
Yeah.
Hey, it nudged east.
Turn east.
It nudged. Jesus
Oh, I
Christ.
see it. Hold on.
Holy shit. Pull it, turn. Pull it, work.
Yeah, I see it.
You got it? It's moving east. It is not moving northeast anymore.
Holy shit.
Up again.
Yeah.
It's crossing the road right in front of us. It's on the road right there. It's on the highway.
All right. We can turn around now. Turn around.
Yep, we're gonna have to move.
Wait.
We need to go in.
He is in a very dangerous spot. This thing is tracking right down.
All right, I'm in the RFD of it now.
All right. Did it cross?
It's still on the highway.
Another tornado warning just to the
All right, we need to
southwest
turn
of
around
this,
up here.
back
We
on
need to
I-83,
somewhere
183.
close
I'm gonna take a look here real
now.
quick.
It's north of the highway now, right?
Correct. Here
Right.
comes RFD.
Right.
RFD coming in right now. Yes, it is. No, it's still. Here comes the RFD of it. You can't see. Holy crap! You see it? Oh god! I gotta point the engine.
So we can see here, Brad is kind of getting caught in the middle of it. It's moving more east here. There's another supercell moving up underneath it. He is in such a bad spot. Let's see here real quick. You can't really see anything.
There you go.
You can't really see anything on his stream.
RFD here.
So he's getting swallowed by this storm. He's in a very dangerous spot. He's going to be tracking along with this. There's another tornado forming right back here. We can see velocities right now. He is right on it. You can see him down here in my bottom right-hand corner of my screen. This is very dangerous situation to be in.
God. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. And the crazy thing is he has another storm forming underneath. When these storms combine, they're going to be even stronger. We've been going on about this storm for a while now. But if you were in Havy Land, if you were north of Havy Land, you need to be taking shelter immediately. This storm is no joke. The strongest storm of the day I've seen.
Holy crap. Alright.
Let me see here. I'll let you guys watch him for just a second. I'm going to be watching this radar real quick.
It's massive, dude.
I know it is. You know what else is massive? That one to the south they just confirmed. Yep. We got one right behind it.
Tornado on the ground right behind this one to the
Yep.
south. All right, we're gonna get off at Hobbyland right here and try to get this big tornado. I
Yep.
think.
There's a route to go north. There's a paved highway.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's North Main Street.
They're going to be moving towards this
Alright, I'll be right
this
behind
spot
you.
right here.
All right, bye. Anyway.
It's a very dangerous storm here. All right, let's take a look at this thing is just cooking. It is huge. It is a massive storm. We look at correlation coefficient right now.
Violent tornado. Violent.
You need to be taking shelter if you haven't already.
Brad, I'm sure, I don't know if you've looked, I'm sure you have, but like the tornado just crossed the road there. That's a big deal. There's another that is south coming right up to your location.
Yeah, I've got that one. It doesn't look as strong as this one, obviously. I'm going to try to point north to get this one again, and then I'll position for the southern one once this one gets further away.
Brad is risking his life right now. This is a very, very strong storm. Very intense. He was extremely close.
Is this the highway right here? I don't know if it is or not. No, this isn't it.
Alright, let's take a look here. We need to watch this one. As this one swallows it, it wouldn't surprise me if this one becomes the more dominant storm down here. It'll take a minute. This one's just so large and so massive. Eventually, this will be choked out by this storm running into it, is my anticipation. The new rotation down here on the southern side will probably become the more dominant. So this was a very large tornado. This one will become a very large tornado probably as it moves off to the northeast.
Alright, we're going north now. Into it.
Check out Brad Arnold's stream.
No, it's right here. I had the right turn the first time.
You can see here.
Right, we are looking north now, towards this storm. I'm headed north into it. I should be able to see it on the left side of the screen as it crosses in front of us here shortly.
Right.
Y'all good? Y'all good? Yep. Let's go.
Alright, let me take a look here.
Trying to stay behind it. I don't want to be clipped if it cuts to the east.
So we have Brad Arnold here. He is putting himself in another very bad spot. To this very large, damaging tornado. If it takes an eastward turn, he could be in a very, very bad spot. Let's see here. Let's see what he's seeing.
Where's this thing at?
actually not fully crossing the road just yet. He's actually right next to it. Based on that latest scan, he is in a very bad spot. Way too close. He is way too close. Way too close. Yeah, he thought he was crossing in front of him. That might have been another vortice or something. I don't think it was fully in front of him. I got that new scan. It was still here off to it, right next to him. He was right here. So he's probably just avoided being hit by that tornado. There's two tornadoes right on each other. It's a very big tornado. Producing multiple tornadoes at the same time. And then there's another tornado just to the south of them, forming right here. Almost two more down here. Two areas of rotation. Let's see where that is. Probably right here. Yeah. Yep, right back here. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Probably three tornadoes right now, all on the ground at the exact same time. This one's starting to strengthen. Like I said, I think these will be kind of swallowed up here. And this area of rotation here at the south will probably become the more dominant tornado here. This one's gonna, the inflow is gonna be eventually choked off on this storm that Brad Allroad's on up here. Can't see it. Let's go ahead and bring him back up.
This thing's got a magnet for me, dude.
Well, yeah, it just tried to flip my car over. Trust me, I got it
Yep,
too.
yep. That's probably the fastest I've ever flipped a three-point turn. That's about the fastest I've ever... I don't think that was it. I think that was RFD, buddy. Look where the tornado's at.
No, it was it.
Okay.
It was it.
It should be crossing the road right in front of us right
Yeah.
now.
Now it's crossing the road.
We'll get up in this thing, see
He
what
was thinking that
Oh, shit.
the outer winds were probably the tornado. If he would have stayed there, he would have definitely been taken away by the tornado.
Let me know.
Right there. Another tornado right here. One just to their south. If they do not watch out and they get themselves in a bad spot on these back roads or coming back, it could be bad. He should be able to keep going north here. Kind of follow this road. Or get off on some of these other county roads. Follow it. It's right here. Right now he's getting hit by a bunch of RFD.
Still north of us.
Just got a new radar scan here. Let's take a look at it. It's off the road now. It's right over here. Main circulation. It looks like there is another circulation just to the north. This might be big enough that it's spawning kind of some satellite tornadoes. So they really got to watch out because a satellite tornado can kind of come anywhere within. It's called the bear's cage underneath the mesocyclone. So them getting this close to such a large tornado actually becomes much more dangerous, especially with a strengthening tornado behind them. We're talking another massive, strong tornado behind them. This system is putting down. Our pulse snap. He's in a very dangerous spot. which makes it interesting to watch, but it's also pretty scary from the standpoint that
anything could happen.
Storm chasers have lost their life to satellite tornadoes, tracking a main big tornado. Sometimes the satellite tornadoes can come out of nowhere and they can be higher wind speeds than the main tornado. So Brad is it's pretty scary to oh, vehicle flip.
Well, I found the damage path.
Dang.
Alright, but you're alive?
Where's he at right now?
We got
I want to see where he's at.
House is hit.
I'm looking.
So he's right here. Yeah, that's right where that tornado hit. And he was just right here too. When he had to turn
I
around.
don't think this may not be the damage path.
Ugh.
I'll call you back.
Still massive velocity. There's a tornado right behind him. He's in a bad spot. This tornado is probably going to exit off here. But it's still just a dangerous spot to be in. He needs to keep continuing north. Let's see what he's seeing. A lot of damage.
Have a sheet metal or something right there. There's something up here in the road.
And see, when you're tracking storms at night like this with Brad Orman getting right on the damage path, something could be laid in the road and not even see it. Board with nails or looks like cover for like hay. The hay bales.
And this is the damage path right here.
Piece of fencing can get lodged up under your car, and with a storm system like this, you can't afford to be stranded because there's another tornado right behind him. Let's take a look at radar real quick. So radar, this is Brad Arnold right here. The tornado's just off to his east here. So like, you can kind of, almost feel like you can kind of hear the roar unless that's the...
I'm gonna turn around because there's only one house here and it looked like it was okay. It looked like it may have missed the main damage path.
See this main rotation down here.
Nothing out here,
Get the other rotation up here, right next to Brad.
which is good.
Big damaging tornado. If this went over a town, it would have been absolutely horrible. I think what we're going to see is this one's going to take over here very shortly. So if you're in Collision or know anyone there, Luca, Byers, any of these areas, you need to be taking shelter.
Yo,
Hey,
hey, so
how bad is the damage?
not bad. It looks like there were two houses. It looks like the damage path was just north of the houses.
Alright, good.
We
How
were
far from where we were sitting?
quarter of a mile.
That's what I was afraid of. With the flanking line to the
See if
south,
we
look
can-
at it on tilt 2, it's going nuts.
Hold on.
This thing's merging up with it. It's trying to form its own little appendage just south of
I see that.
54 west of Pratt.
I see that. Yeah, we need to get to Pratt.
I'm already almost to Collison. It's right on my tail.
I'm rocking right now. All right, see ya. Bye.
See you, bye.
Yeah. Want to see which way he's going. If he's going south, that's... Yeah, I think he's going back south.
Hey Ryan, I just rode the damage path just to make sure there wasn't anything out here. There was a house and a barn that had some roof damage on it. Nothing too bad though. It looks like that may have been from RFD. That was right around where we were sitting at. The tornado crossed probably about a quarter mile north of us. Completely rain wrapped, and it looks like that southern cell that is that's going right now is the one that's taking over. But as far as damage, very, very little up here. It's very rural. Did see some farm equipment.
So as we can see there, we'll keep an eye on his stream. But like he said, and like I said, typically what happens when you have these mergers like this, they can become a lot more powerful. However, usually the main circulation that was right up here, you can see it's being cut off as this storm kind of combines and they become one storm. So what we should see over the next few scans is this rotation that's up here, the main rotation that's doing all the damage, the big tornado, should dissipate. This area down here, however, is going to become the new rotation. So if you're in Collins, just north of Pratt, Luca, any of these places, you need to be taking shelter because this is going to be probably the new rotation, a potentially dangerous situation. So we're going to keep an eye on him. He's going to be coming up just the backside of this main rotation that's going to be starting to kick off here. So right here is currently where this rotation is. Once the storms kind of merge and take over, this should become a lot more dangerous portion of the storm. The southern portion of the storm, because it's going to have the area to attract all the inflow from the surrounding moisture in the air. So we're going to keep an eye on that. We have Brad down here in our screen. Let's see here. Might be able to. New heat on this. Be able to. We'd see him now. I'll leave him up down there. He's going to be repositioning. We'll keep an eye on the radar, watch velocity couplets, and see where the new rotation is going to be coming. We should see that kind of change up here in just a minute. Refresh that real quick. There we go. We should be up to date on that. Let's take a look at velocity. It looks like these storms are pretty close to being fully formed. We should see the velocity on that northern storm start to dissipate while this one increases. So let's see over the last few frames. See how big this was. See how big this rotation signature was. Velocity couplet, the red and the green here. But as time went on and those storms have kind of merged together, look how it's kind of fading away. So still strong, still a tornado on the ground, still doing damage, I guarantee you. So if you're in Byers, make sure you're taking shelter. Looks like there's a fire department here, Township 8, quite a few houses. So if you're in Byers, I would be taking shelter. This rotation is going to be coming right towards you. If you live down here, just to in Wellsford, Collins, if you are over here just north of Pratt, you need to be taking shelter. Luca, be ready to take shelter. All these areas. So if we take a look here, the tornado watch here, highly favorable and localized tornado corridor is evident in parts of southwest Kansas. Supercell has recently intensified at the nose of the strong, extreme surface base and instability over southwest Kansas here. So tornadoes between 140 and 170 mile an hour, EF3 tornadoes. This is probably EF3 tornadoes. If that hit any houses, probably did significant damage. Let's see here.
Cyclones of each storm are fighting at the moment. Like, one's gonna have to take over. I have a feeling that northern circulation is gonna finally die off, and that southern one might try to wrap up.
Yeah, I'm afraid it might not be over yet.
It's definitely not over. Because so we can see this dying down. It's dying. This is going to intensify over the next few minutes, probably next 10-15 minutes. Let's take a look real quick at the models. We showed this off earlier. If we look at the significant tornado parameter, look at this. This isn't a prime area. This thing ain't dying off anytime soon. So as that significant tornado parameter continues with that storm, I don't see this thing dying off until it gets closer to like maybe Lyons, McPherson, Selena. But right now, like look at this parameter. I would say maybe as it gets outside near Sylvia or Hutchinson, it'll probably die off. But other than that, we are in a prime zone. This thing's going to keep feeding. It's going to keep circulating. So if you're in Luca, if you're in Stafford, St. John, Luca, Preston, just north of Pratt, anywhere in between Pratt and St. John, you need to be ready to take shelter. Let's see here. Take a look here. Put Brad Arnold up here. Kind of keep an eye on this. So this is Brad Arnold down here in the bottom screen. He's right here on the storm. So there's actually rotation down here, and this is where the circulation is probably going to take over. So he's he keeps getting extremely close to where this storm is kind of picking up. So I would like to see as he gets up here and goes back through Greensburg, that initial tornado that came through this area like Brenham might not be able to get through. So we have Brad here heading off to the east on I-54.
Over here south of Memphis is causing some problems, mostly just in terms of the damaging wind that it's causing. Tate, Panola, Marshall, Lafayette, lower Lafayette counties in Mississippi.
Let's go ahead and take a look at.
Doug Shack just sent in a big one, and they are absolutely right.
Let's take a look at this. Should be getting a scan here anytime. Yeah, this one's coming together a lot. Like we figured, this northern storm was going to die out on rotation. There's still little pockets of rotation, so those should continue to die off. This new area of circulation is going to be concerning. I think it's going to rapidly intensify. These storms have fully merged together now. We have this zone of the southernmost zone of the storm that is going to probably produce a very large tornado. Produced a tornado just over here between Greensburg and Hattieland. Just went through a very massive tornado. We're going to be seeing another one forming here right near Collinson, to the east of Collinson. So if we take a look at velocity over the last scan, like look at this, it's already come together right here at I-54. So it is unfortunate. It's kind of just pummeling this area. We've been tracking this kind of tornadic storm as it was just a significant weather statement just down over here near Coldwater, and it continued on and now produced a very large tornado, and looks like it's going to probably produce a very large tornado again. So we have two storm chasers here. This one is just over here on Interstate 183. And then we got Brad Arnold over here on Interstate 54, along with Aaron J-Jack. What kind of... This is Aaron J-Jack here. He's driving on Interstate 54 as well. They're going to probably reposition up here. Try to take the north route here. 70th Avenue. They can pretty much go completely north here. Look at that rotation. It just intensified so quickly over the last scan or two. So there it is. Very broad rotation down here. And then just tightening up. Boom. Pretty tight, pretty tight. Priority has a tornado on the ground with the intensity of the velocity here. See reflectivity? It's right in this pocket. Yep. So we take that, and then we can see that hook. It's already got a fantastic hook. You got a huge inflow right here, just air rushing in. This is going to be your RFD. They're just ahead of it. This is Aaron right here. It's pulling over. Must want to see it. Take a look at velocity. It's right there, right behind him. It's right behind him. See here. So it looks like Aaron's feed went down. Still got. They're taking a back road. They probably got cut off. I wasn't watching. Oh my gosh, that. I don't know what happened here. He must have lost feed or something, but he was ahead of him.
Hey Ryan, it's Brad. Let me have a second.
Right.
Go ahead, Brad.
Hey, I think that this storm is it's going through a merger right now.
Oh wow.
For buyers.
Look at this.
It may have a handoff to the south. It looks like we may have a little bit of a coupling forming right on the highway, pretty much west of Pratt. I'm going to continue east because I think it's going to cycle again and kind of do the exact same thing on the south side, probably north of Pratt.
Yeah, this thing's already going to intensify. It's probably already dropping a tornado right here. As quick as that merger happened, this is a massive body that just did a merger. You usually see rapid intensification when that happens. It happened the initial time that spawned the tornado, way back over here by Interstate 183. We just had another merger that kind of killed off that main area of circulation up here. Big tornado that crossed over between Greensburg and Happyland. And now we had another merger which had another tornado. They both kind of died out, and now it's reformed, it's recirculated, and now this is a massive, massive issue. We have intense rotation. This is definitely going to be a tornado on the ground immediately. I can't believe Aaron's stream went down. There we go. If he is technically right there, he is in a bad spot. Okay. Guys, keep watching this real quick. We got Brad Arnold up here, and then Aaron down here, right to his north of Aaron, if this is his exact location. We'll be right back.
Yeah, it looked like the fall cloud, wall cloud came ripping over there. Yeah, it's just our north. station is up to the north there, but
Yeah.
hey, it looks like this one maybe turn a little bit more north, like Greensburg did. I may go after Iuka.
Well, I just went up northwest 40th Avenue, so I'm on some pretty roads that are dirt right now. I'm about to go out here and get this thing because they're dry.
Okay, well that's good to know at least that they're dry.
They're dry. They're dry. I see the tornado. It's got a hook wrapped in it. I don't know if it's down yet, but it's wrapped back in there.
It's gonna be tough to see unless you're on the north side.
No, it won't. If you get in this inflow region, you'll be fine. I tell you what the problem is we're up near that boundary where all that damn fog's been on it.
Yep. It's gonna be tough to see.
That's the problem.
Yep.
Cool there.
Guys are gonna play tricks on you.
Well, we gotta get it. I'm cool with it.
I'm headed north to Iuka right now, so I'll run into you a little bit. I'll probably see you at the fish town on the dirt road.
I got you.
Alright, be safe.
All right, bye.
This thing chasing that back up Lexus sedan. Hey Ryan, it looks like it's taking the same path that Greensburg did, but it's going to be going a little bit north rather than east, which is bizarre. I figured it'd go east. Anyways, I'm going up north to Iuka to try to intercept this thing. It's straight.
Oh, power flash! I just saw a power flash.
Power flash. I mean, like the wind tornado on the ground?
Yeah, it's probably a tornado. Oh, let's take this next north. There's the Dominator, right? Oh no, that's the other one. We got this highway coming up. We can go north a little bit. Look on the back side of it. Yeah, that was probably a tornado hitting a power line. up here somewhere.
Radar sirens going off. I want to get on the north side of this thing. I'll go into the core if I need to. That's soft. No mud or something. It's just soft dirt. Is that hail? This tornado would be like 3 miles ahead of us still. That person being down in the beach. Oh my god. They're in the freaking cornfield. What? No, this is my happy place. Right in the marriage cage. Might not be producing anymore. Might not be producing a tornado anymore. Coming in on the back side. Flip the car around and turn south. Just now I was able to see the face, but I didn't catch anything from the tornado. Oh, there you go. See the base? I didn't see a tornado though. Let's see. Where does it go? But it could be, the tornado might be over the road. Not to the next tornado. Lightning flash. No, I saw through the... Yeah, on there. To the right of the road, maybe. Might be to the right of the road. Eyes peeled. We're gonna take this east option this car is taking. Tornado would be over here somewhere. Strong winds on the backside. Oh, look at that big, low wall cloud there. Holy cow. Did you see that? See it?
right. See if you see anything down to the right of that.
Very far.
Oh, you can see like the collar cloud wrapping around, I think, over here. You see the lighter clouds. This thing's gonna cycle and produce another. Oh, there might be a big wedge. Well, man, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Oh, yeah, maybe. Okay, we're gonna turn to the north here and so you.
Stop.
No, we gotta get a little bit closer. We're gonna turn.
You can turn off the AC. Turn on.
Oh, yeah, sorry. It was the defrost. You should have told me sooner. Okay, over here. Watch over here. Yeah, like 1 to 2 o'clock. I think it's down over there.
Yeah, it looked like the right side.
Yeah.
Touching the ground.
What are these cars doing up here? There's a paved road right there. Oh, it might be. Oh, look at the big wall cloud right in front of us. It might be cycling right here, trying to produce a big tornado right in front of us.
I don't know the distance. Hard to tell. Yeah.
You gotta get through this RFD.
Danger. It's very hard to understand where is. Like, where is it?
I think we can take this. Oh, wow.
Not gonna be a muddy.
I know we're all on dirt roads now. There's no way out, but there's a paved road just to our east here. That's what I'm trying to get to. Yeah, it's my speakers. We're on the okay, here. Oh, we gotta go through here. This is the new up-round. Look at this route. Here's wall cloud mooring. You see that? South. I think that's where. It's not producing though. Yeah, I think we have to turn right here to go back to that highway. That takes us to Wichita. 40?
Yeah. Milk is chicken will open at like
Yeah, it should be. Sometimes I call them when I'm going to be after midnight to let them know. I might call them here once I get on payment.